for tuning in to Community Updates right here on WJZZ Cool TV. And tonight we're going to be talking about financial literacy. I'm your host, Michelle White, and we have a guest this evening, Miss Deborah Freeman Ballou, with who's going to be talking to us about financial. She's a financial professional, and she's going to be sharing with us how to have a greater impact on our finances, whether we're just starting out and wanting to save, and teaching us how to save, and but then also if we're older and want to save money or don't have enough for retirement or need some other creative ways to have a better savings plan during our retirement. So Ms. Deborah Ballou is going to be sharing that with us this evening. She's a part of a national program that is it's a national financial literacy campaign to get people educated about their finances. People don't know what they don't know, and so they need to. Deborah's going to be sharing with us about some of the things that we need to know and learn on tonight. So Miss Deborah, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Deborah is calling in. She's tuning in from Dallas, Texas. But before we get started, while they're getting her, can let me know when you can hear me, Deborah. Just a few other things. The Wayne County Community College District Downriver campus is hosting on December 17th, Saturday, a Sounds of the Season. It's a holiday gift with the Michigan Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra, and tickets are available online at brownpapertickets.com. Again, tickets are available online at brownpapertickets.com. I believe this is free. However, it is free and open to the public, but you still have to go online to get tickets for the Michigan Philharmonic Sounds of the Season, a holiday gift, Saturday, December the 17th at 7:30 p.m. And if you want to call the box office, the phone number is area code 734-374-3200. We have a caller calling in right now. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Caller, can you hear me? Miss Deborah, can you hear me? Okay, production studio, I can't hear anyone. They can't hear me. I don't know if they can hear me, but I don't hear them. So I'll keep talking while they're working that out in the studio. There's also going to be the Lions Club International. There's a wild game dinner coming up. I don't know about you, but I like some wild game food, some venison, some rabbit.
Oh, somebody get some more salt.
Hello? I hear you, caller. Caller, keep talking. I can hear you. Oh, we lost the sound on the caller. So there's a wild game dinner that'll be coming up on April the 8th in 2023, and it's going to be in Metamora, Michigan. The cost is $50 per person for this wild game dinner, and the proceeds go towards Lions Club International, of which I'm a member. And again, it's going to be an awesome wild game dinner. Deborah, let me know when you can hear me. Deborah, can you hear me? Lift your thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I can't hear you. So production studio, I still cannot hear her. Nor could I hear the caller that was calling in. So again, those are two things that are coming up. The wild game dinner. If you'd like more information about that, go to www.bearlakecamp.org. Deborah, you need to turn on your audio. When you turn it on, say something so I can see if I can hear you. Is your audio on? Her audio is on. Her audio is on. Caller who's listening that called in, give it a few minutes and please, actually, because we have a guest who is in Texas, where it's nice and warm, where it's a little chilly here. 50, I think it's 55 degrees today. That's chilly, but for Michigan, we'll take it. It's not that bad. So, for those of you who are, so if you want to call in, once Deborah comes on, you won't be able to call in. You will need to type in your comments in the comments section on YouTube, and then I can see them and respond accordingly. But the Wild Game Dinner, again, you're interested in that for Lions Bear Lake Camp. Bear Lake Camp is a camp that services youth from all different parts of Michigan primarily, but other states I believe as well. And they're children that have disadvantages, and the camp supplies everything for the children to have a wonderful time in the summer and play and so forth. Deborah, again, keep talking and let me know and I will see when I can hear you. Can you say something? But Bear Lake Camp, if you're interested in that, is April the 8th, 2023. It's $50 per person, and you can order your tickets at bearlakecamp.org. BEARLAKECAMP.org. Deborah, there's a caller trying to call in. Okay. So can we grab this caller? Deborah, they're asking me to call you. So I'm going to dial you now. And so we can hear you. And then if we could grab this caller that was calling in. Caller, are you still there?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Deborah.
I was going to try to come in through my phone. That probably was in ringing.
Okay, well, we're talking on the phone now. I can hear you on my phone. So, now I hear a echo. So maybe turn off your computer audio.
It's muted.
You put your computer audio on mute?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're still having some technical difficulties because I hear a... Yeah, but I hear echoes in the background.
Let me hang up this show and see if you can now hear me on the computer.
It is. I got the phone on the mic. Okay, Deborah, can you still hear me? Okay. I see we have a caller still trying to call in. Caller, are you there? Deborah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so we've had some technical difficulties tonight, but we're going to keep it moving. I still hear an echo in the background, but let's see how this goes. So, Deborah, do you hear echo in your background?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay. So I do apologize for the technical difficulties that we're having here at the station. But you're with a company called World System Builder, which is a financial services marketing company that is associated with World Financial Group. So tell us a little bit about this campaign right now, the financial literacy campaign, and how you are on a campaign to help people learn more about their finances and how they would better save their money. I think it was mentioned that 33% of American adults have zero saved for retirement, and 38% of U.S. households have credit card debt on an average owing $16,000. So that is something that you're trying to help us with, so we suffer from a lack of education, and you have different workshops and things that can help us to have a better understanding of how to manage our dollars, correct?
That is correct, Michelle. We are on a mission to
Mhm.
help educate 30 million families by
Mhm.
2030.
Mhm.
And when you think of what's going on in our societies, in our homes, so many people are losing hope when it comes to finance or lack of knowledge when it
Okay.
comes to finance.
Okay. Hey, Deborah, they asked me to have you do something else. I'm going to give you a number if you would call this number.
All right.
Area code 313-355-6018. 313-355-6018.
All right. I'll call it right now.
Thank you. So while she's doing that, and again, I do apologize that we're having technical difficulties sometime, with computers and various challenges, things happen. So, but we're glad that you've tuned in here to WJZZ Community Updates, so that we're here every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. And you can find us on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. You can go to YouTube and type in Community Updates. Everything is on a replay mode, so you can see all of our replays as well. I believe now we have Deborah that has just called in. And then we also, you can see us on the Facebook page of WJZZ Cool TV's Facebook page. And then I will be posting it on Michelle Turner White's Facebook page. That's me, Michelle Turner White. I'll be posting that on my page after the show today. So, Deborah, are you there? Can you hear me?
Hey, Michelle.
Oh, I can hear you. Deborah, Deborah, hang up your
Yes.
other phone, your cell phone. Did you hang up on your cell phone?
Well, that's where I'm calling you from. It's my phone.
You're calling me from your cell phone?
Yeah, the number you gave me.
Okay. My phone has been hung up. So, go ahead and tell us a little bit more about the program that you're offering and the financial literacy campaign that is taking place right now.
All right. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
I
But
can
as
hear
I
you.
had
It's
stated,
low,
this
but
is
I can
a
hear you.
national movement for financial literacy. When you think about what is happening in our society, in our communities, as well as in our homes,
You hear all that echo in the background, Deborah? Deborah, you hear all that background echoing too?
yes, I do.
Deborah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, that's much better. Thank you.
Now I'm not hearing.
So, as I said, there are many challenges that all of us face. And when we speak to people and they share about what's going on in their lives, they're talking about the cost of food going up, the cost of gas going up, the cost of utilities going up, health care, and so much more. And so, if we better understood the rules of the game when it comes to money, comes to finance, then we're able to make better educated decisions. And every single day, Michelle, we make financial decisions, whether we decide, am I going to buy groceries at Whole Foods or am I going to buy them at Walmart? Am I going to get gas today or am I going to get gas tomorrow? Am I going to be able to send my children to college and they graduate with gainful employment or student loan debt? Every single day, we make financial decisions. But with anything in life, if we don't understand the rules of the game, we will never win. And most of us in our communities have been taught how to go to work for money. We're not lazy people. I see people working 2 and 3 jobs, overtime, time and a half. They never have any time. Why? because they're always working. And by the time we do get a little bit of time, we're too tired. Why? Because we're always working. When do we live? Most of the times we go through life and we just merely exist, but we never truly live. And a lot of the root, it has to do with finance. And so if we never understand the basic principles of how money works, we will always be working for the money.
So, what are some of those basic principles? Because you're exactly right.
Oh, I
We
can't
have
hear
to
you.
understand the rules of the game. What are some of those basic principles that you can touch on?
Michelle, I can't hear you.
I was saying that you were absolutely right. We have to understand the rules of the game. What are some of the basic principles that you can touch on that we do need to learn? Could you hear
Okay,
me?
I'm going to try to repeat it because I can barely hear you. I think you said, what are some of the basic rules?
The basic principles.
Principles. Okay. Oh, now I can hear you. Thank you. Well, some of the basic principles are, number one, let's just start with the rule of 72. Most of us have never heard of it. But the rule of 72 has been around since the 1400s. And I don't know about you, Michelle, but in our community growing up, what we were taught was go to school, which there's nothing wrong with an education, so that we can get a good JOB, journey of the broke, because most companies pay us just enough where we don't quit, and most people do just enough where they don't get fired, but they never truly get ahead. And so then they told us to save our money, put it in the bank, buy the American dream, get in debt for the next 30 years, and live happily ever after.
Deborah,
But what they forgot to tell us
Deborah,
along the way,
Deborah, can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. One more thing. We've got people that are trying to call in, and I want to let them know. Please text it. Write in your comments if you're watching us on YouTube. Please write in your questions because our guest this evening, Deborah Ballou, a financial literacy professional, she's on the call-in line. So please go to, if you're watching us on YouTube, then write in your comments and I will be able to see your comments and can answer your questions or have Deborah answer your questions that way. So again, we thank you for tuning in right here on WJZZ Cool TV. Community Updates is our program, and I'm your host, Michelle White. So Deborah, please continue. And you said the JOB is the journey of the broke. And then we
Yes.
need to, one of the principles is the rule of 72, which has been out since the 1400s. So please continue to share. Someone else is continuing to try to call in. Please type in your
Okay.
comments on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. But what they forgot to tell us along the way, Michelle, people get sick. Along the way, people die too soon. They forgot to tell us that the national average in the bank is 0.12%. But you know what the bank says, Michelle? They said, Michelle, don't worry about it. I have a credit card for you. I'm only going to charge you between 18 and 36% interest. So that interest that we're paying is not working for us.
Right.
So how do we change that? Through financial literacy, but not just the education. That's one part of it. But the application of what we're learning is where the wisdom comes in.
I kind of
because
think
we have
too.
to understand, because the word tells us, in all thy getting,
Get an
get an
understanding.
understanding.
Yes, thank you, Lord, for your word. With all you're getting, get an understanding. And
Absolutely. And think about this, Michelle. If we work for an employer that gives us, okay, can you still hear me, Michelle?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Uh, if we work for an employer that offers employee benefits, and if you've been with the company for a while, you already know the drill. It's called open enrollment at work. And they have someone standing there explaining the benefits. Well, let's start with, first of all, who's paying attention? Because our attention spans is not that great. We're probably on our cell phones, talking to our coworker, because we know that when we go home, we have an employee portal where we can look at all of these benefits. But
Hmm.
who reads them? And of the few that read them, who understood it? But whether we read it or understood it or not, we still go back to HR and say, I want to pay for that. Although I didn't read it, I don't understand it, but I'm going to pay for it. But we say, since you're already paying for things, why don't you come and learn through our free workshops where you can get a better understanding of how your money is working for you?
So many things. There's so many people. It's kind of ironic that we live in the wealthiest of countries, but we always have money problems. And so many people work very hard, make money all their lives, but they still broke when they retire. So your financial literacy workshops, which people can go to your website, which is what's your web address?
WSBcampaign.com
Yes.
slash Deborah Ballou. And also, they can pick up some additional information there in Detroit at this community center at 1900 Greenfield.
So
So
if
that's
did
the
you hear
Mathis
that? You
Community
can.
Center, 1900 Greenfield Road, right there in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
And they
So
can
you
pick
can
that
get.
information up and contact me directly if they'd like to.
Okay. So one of the things that our guest has shared this evening, Miss Deborah Ballou, is that you can go. There are different workshops that she's sharing some tidbits with us this evening, but then you can also go to the website, which is wsbcampaign.com/Deborah Ballou, and Ballou is spelled Ballou. And then there's also some information that is available at the Mathis Community Center, which is at 1900 Greenfield in Detroit, right at 7 Mile, 1900 Greenfield in Detroit, the Mathis Community Center. And you can go there and get some information about the financial literacy program. Again, this is a financial literacy campaign. Uh, Deborah has partnered with the government, and they are providing free training for those who wanted to, so that we can be better equipped, both as for young people and older people, because we don't want to retire and end up being broke. And if we are broke, then we need to learn some other things to become unbroke before we leave up off the planet. So you have opportunities, Deborah, for both younger people and those who are older that maybe haven't been making the wisest of decisions, and you have some things in place that can help, correct?
That is absolutely right, Miss.
Yeah.
It does not matter the age of the person, it's what is your why. Why do we get up every single day to fight? What are we fighting for? Just to pay bills? Where is the legacy? Where's the inheritance? that we talk about leaving for generations, future generations. And so if we don't know better, we cannot do better.
That's right. Let's say that again. If we don't know better, we can't do better. But tonight we're giving you information right here on Community Updates to help you to know better. One of the things she just shared, one of the basic principles, is the rule of 72. And tell us a little bit more about that rule as you tell us some of the other basic principles.
Yes, that rule is so powerful. What it says is look at where you're saving your money. Look at the interest rate they're giving you on your money. Take that interest rate, divide by 72, and it will tell you how many years it will take your money to double. Now, that rule can work for you or the rule can work against you. It just depends. Are you saving the money or are you in credit card debt?
Mm.
And so if you have credit card debt, take the interest on that credit card, divide by 72, and it will tell you how quickly your debt is doubling. That's why, Michelle, so many people find it challenging to get out of debt because the debt is doubling so fast. Even when people add extra money to that card, they don't see what they're putting in because most of it is going to interest. And so we have to get off of that roller coaster of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because Paul said he broke too. And we got to change that.
You said, why are we robbing Peter to pay Paul and Paul is broke too?
There you go.
But
We have
that's
to
true.
change that.
And
We have
many
to
times we're
change our
doing that, or like you
thinking
said, we get
and
hopped up on
how
credit
we
card
feel
debt
and think about money.
and not looking at the interest rates that we're paying there as well.
That's right. That's
And you
right.
know, money matters is seldom taught at home or at school. They didn't have financial literacy classes, and to my knowledge, they still don't in our schools. And it needs to be taught at home. A lot of people aren't taught how to balance a checkbook until they're grown and learn the hard way. They trial by fire.
That's right.
So, what are some of the other basic rules that you can share with us this evening, Deborah?
Well, another one is what we call the 10-20 rule. So what does that mean? That means that we need to make sure that we are saving enough money in case God calls us home too soon. And think about this. In our communities, a lot of times, they would tell us make sure you had enough insurance for your loved ones in case they passed away too soon, that you would have enough money to bury them. But you know what they forgot to tell us, Michelle?
What?
What if that person was the primary breadwinner? Who was going to replace their income?
That's
They
correct.
about that. So we need to make sure that we have 10 times our annual income because if that person is the primary breadwinner, when they pass away, so does their income. And then the fact that people are living longer, and a lot of us are living with chronic illnesses. We didn't die too soon. We're living longer. Everything costs more, cost of living, inflation. So we need 20 times our income for retirement. That is the 10-20 rule.
And that is so true because just like you stated, food prices, gas prices, utilities, all those things, all of those things have gone up so much that it makes it even more of a challenge when you have those things go up in retirement. And many of those things, people that are in retirement still have to pay. Unfortunately, we have a wonderful country, but we don't have enough things in place for our seniors. to assist with different things. There are things in place, but not enough. There's still too many seniors that are paying full price to live, or they go into a facility to live, and the facility takes all of their money. Um, so we still have some challenges where on how we're caring for our seniors in our country.
And that's a very good point, Michelle.
Hmm.
And that is one of the reasons we have this campaign so that we are better prepared.
Yes.
The reality is, if we don't die young, we will get old. And so, what is our backup plan if we need someone to come into our home, or we had to go to an assisted living facility, a long term care facility? What is the backup plan to pay for it? And most people are not prepared. That's why the government will end up taking everything you're working for. So if we're not going to get prepared, why are we working? Just for the government to take it?
And I
Why
think too
not get
too
prepared
often,
now while you can?
you're right. Do it now while you can. Too often, people, we think that it's going to take a long time to get older. And so we're not preparing, or we still think, I've got time, I've got time, I've got time. Well, time passes quickly. I can remember one of my grandmothers lived to be 103. And as she was approaching 100, she said, Michelle, you know it, you think that it's going to take a long time to get to 100 years old. She said it got here too quick. She lived to be 103, but that 100 mark got here quicker. When I look at my age now, it got here too quick. So we do have to prepare and prepare properly and wisely now at whatever age and stage we're at. And if people need to get life insurance, I believe your company provides some life insurance options for them as well, right? For death and burial cost and things of that nature. Am I correct? Does your company provide that as well?
We provide many products and services to include life insurance.
Okay.
One of the things that we try to do is educate the consumer so that they understand the different types of life insurance. When we were in the old industry, which I'm a product of for 33 years in the old financial industry, most of the products are still the same, whole life and term, but there's so much that has evolved in the financial industry. But a lot of the older traditional companies have not. So if people are better educated and informed, they can make their own decision about what is best for them. But there has never before until now, Michelle, been a platform where people can actually come and learn for themselves and get the understanding so that they know what is the best solution for them.
So, Deborah, are there more types of insurance besides whole life and term life, or were you saying that? I wasn't sure.
Absolutely.
There
You
are. I
do you
was not aware
remember?
of that. That's whole life and term life are the only two insurances that you ever hear about.
Absolutely.
So, what is one
And
other type of insurance?
when the cell phones first came out,
Uh huh.
remember how big they were?
Yes.
When was the last time you saw someone with one of those big phones?
Oh, that was they don't make them anymore.
Well, that's kind of like whole life in our industry.
Okay.
So you have so many other products that have evolved from variable life, universal life, index universal life, index variable life. There's so many other products and services that are available that gives the consumer more flexibility and more benefit that traditional insurances cannot do. Now, we do offer whole life. We have everything. It's like a smorgasbord. You get to pick what's best for you, not just based on what I can sell you.
Now,
So
can we
you
give your number? I know you said people can call you as well if they have questions, because you've just opened a whole new can for me. I was not aware, and I've been looking at other life insurance plans to get some additional insurance, whole life or term life. I didn't know about no one mentioned variable life or index life. So, may I give your number now to some of our listeners?
Absolutely.
So that's area code 915 309 4889. Again, that's 915 area code because she's in wonderful hot Texas right now. So that's area code 915 309 4889. And again, the website that you can go to as well is wsbcampaign.com/Deborah Ballou. Deborah spelled Deborah, Ballou, Ballou. And you can sign up for some of these workshops. Are some of the workshops virtual as well? Are some of the workshops virtual, Deborah?
Yes, yes, they are. We have the workshops Monday through Friday, with the exception of Wednesday. We have the workshops 3 times a day, depending on your time zone. And I'm actually, Michelle, in El Paso, Texas.
Where
I'm,
did I
I'm
say? I just said Texas, didn't I? What did I say? A part of Texas?
I think you did earlier, but that's okay.
Oh, she's in El Paso, Texas, which actually I learned is on Mountain Time, where some parts of Texas are just an hour difference, so you're 2 hours difference because you're on Mountain Time.
Yes.
So
So Eastern time zone, the workshops are 2 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m.
so people can find that they'll see the different times for the workshops when they go to your website,
Yes.
and
And
then
they can also call me and reach out to me if they have any difficulty registering for the workshop.
okay, and let me give your number again. That's area code 915 309 4889. And are the workshops free?
The workshops are not only free, but they're also in multiple languages if English is not someone's first language.
Awesome. So, did you hear that, viewers and callers? The workshops are free and they're in multiple languages. So, if we have some Spanish speaking people, what are some of the languages they're in other than Spanish? They're in other languages as well.
Japanese, Vietnamese.
Jap to provide information so that we can be better equipped, both younger, middle aged, older, better equipped financially. We sometimes suffer from a lack of knowledge on financial literacy, or even if you think you're pretty astute at it, there's always something more that you can learn. And this is a program that the government is providing, so you need to latch on. It's free training, and you can dial Deborah at 915 area code 309 4889, or you can go to wsbcampaign.com/Deborah Ballou. Deborah spelled Deborah, Ballou, Ballou. And again, the Mathis Community Center right here in the greater Detroit area, but all our listeners, Deborah, are all around the country. We have people from all around the country that view us and hear our broadcast every week on Wednesdays from 6 to 7 from all different states. So here, though, in the greater Detroit area, the Mathis Community Center at 1900 Greenfield, that's right at 7 Mile and Greenfield, right at 7 Mile. The Mathis Community Center. There's also information. Are they holding workshops at the Mathis Community Center? Deborah, are they holding workshops at the Mathis Community Center? Did I lose you? Can you still hear me, Deborah? Okay, I can't hear you. Put your finger up, lift your thumb up if you're talking. Okay, I cannot hear our guest this evening. So, but I
Can you hear
believe
me,
they're doing
Michelle?
some workshops there. But information is definitely provided at the Mathis Community Center at 1900 Greenfield in the city of Detroit, and that's at 7 Mile. However, this training is all over the country, and you can do it right online. They have classes several times throughout the course of the week at various times, and it's free training. Can we say free? Free financial literacy training available to everybody. And you can dial Deborah at 915-309-4889 and get more information, or you can go to wsbcampaign.com/Deborah Ballou. Deborah spelled DeborahBallou. Deborah, can you, I don't know if you're back on, if you can hear me now. When you can, say something or say something periodically because right now I cannot hear you.
All right, can you hear
Oh, I
me?
can hear you now. Wonderful. So finish
Okay.
telling
And
us
I
some.
just wanted to make a correction,
Yes, ma'am.
Michelle.
Yes, ma'am.
This is not government sponsored.
Oh,
We
it's
are
not.
all entrepreneurs here in the financial industry.
Uh
This
huh.
is our own business, and it's a different model in the financial industry.
Okay, I
We
stand corrected. It
basically
is
have
not
three
government
models in
funded,
this.
but it's just a financial literacy campaign that
It's a
you all are.
campaign.
You said what now?
Okay, can you hear me okay? Because it's
I
echoing
can, but
again.
it's echoing again.
Okay, let me see.
But it's a financial literacy campaign that you all are running. It is not government funded. However, it's just a huge campaign to get the word out so that people will know and be better equipped and more astute about their finances so that you're not just working and dying, so that you have a good quality. We have a good quality of life and then a good burial when we leave the planet. So,
Exactly.
Deborah Ballou and her company are providing free training for you. And if you go to wsbcampaign.com/slash Deborah Ballou, spelled DeborahBallou, and you can find out more information and sign up for some of the workshops. Also, you can give her a call at area code 915-309-4889. Again, that's 915-309-4889. So, Deborah, tell us some more about some of the basic principles or some other information that you would like our listeners to know this evening.
Okay, can you hear me, Michelle?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Awesome, awesome. And I would like the listeners to also know that these workshops we are currently doing at Harvard University, Columbia University, the headquarters of the FBI, the Pentagon, just to name a few places where we're holding these workshops. You know, when
You
you
said
think about
Harvard, you said Harvard, the Pentagon, and where else?
the headquarters of the FBI,
Uh huh.
as well as Columbia University.
Okay. So
And
you're really trying to get the word out.
this campaign, the majority are immigrants that came into this country for a better life. And what they discovered was so many Americans were in debt. So it became the American nightmare. And they found out about the campaign to learn for their families and realized that they could impact and inspire other families to become financially independent. Isn't that what we want? To be financially independent?
Yes, yes.
Because
So now our workshops, I didn't know if you could hear me when I was asking this question. Are workshops or trainings being held at the Mathis Community Center as well?
we will start those. Right now, we have a financial center in Troy, Michigan. And so they do workshops there. That is the closest one to you all. And I can get you that address.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, give me 1 second while I pull it up.
Okay.
And so that's another place where people can go and get more information there locally. It's at 850 Stevenson Highway, and that's Suite 214.
So, what is the name of the building or the name of the company holding it in at 850 Stevenson Highway in Troy?
Builder. That is our Troy office. We
That's your
have
Troy
over
office.
300 offices throughout the U.S. and Canada.
So that's the WSB office.
Office 850 Stevenson Highway, Suite 214.
Okay. Is there a number? Do you know when the next training is for that, or should people call to find out when the training is?
Yes, they can call area code 313-320-3168.
So if you're interested in taking, if you're local and you're listening and you'd like to take the next financial literacy training, that's going to be here in Troy. It'll be at 850 Stevenson Highway in the WSB office suite, suite 214. And the phone number there is area code 313-320-3168. Again, that's 313-320-3168. Now, that must be a different number because Troy would not have a 313 area code number. It would be 248.
This is the young lady that's over that office. Her name is Josephine.
Her
So
name
that
is,
is her number. They can call
and what's her
and
name?
can let them know the schedule for Troy.
Okay, and what is her name again?
Josephine.
Josephine. So that's the number to Josephine, who is heading up the training there. Her number again is 313-320-3168. So there'll be some financial training here. And I noticed when I went to the website, if you put in your zip code, it'll tell you where the trainings are for your area, and it lists different training areas throughout the country on the website. And again, that website is wsbcampaign.com, and you can put slash Deborah Ballou, Deborah Ballou. So, Deborah, give us a little bit more information about some things that people might, because you got me. I'm going to sign up for the training myself. When you shared that there's more than one type of, two types of insurance, life insurance. I have only heard of whole life and term life. That is all that gets talked about when you speak to different people. And it's not that those aren't good, but I'd like to find out about variable life and index life, and just
Absolutely.
get more astute on, on my finances and different ways to save money and different ways to invest money that I might not be aware of. So I don't
Can
plan
you
on
hear me,
perishing. I'm
Michelle?
going to have the knowledge that I need to help me go where I need to go and get done what I need to get done. So for all of you who want to do some things and get some things done in your life, even to a greater degree, you might say, "Oh, I have a good financial portfolio." Well, you don't know what you don't know. So there could be other things that you don't know, and you want to make your financial portfolio even better than what it is. So you should sign up for one of these workshops. Go online and sign up. Go to the one in Troy if you're local. Find out where the workshops are in your area by going to the website. And this information is also posted on my Instagram and Twitter, and no, my Instagram and Facebook, and it will be available to you um, as we continue on. It will be available to you, but you can just go to any one of the social media platforms and sign up today. Sign up right away. And we've got Deborah Ballou here, who is a financial professional who's sharing with us different strategies and things, basic principles that we need to learn better, or if you have never heard of it, that we need to become more financially astute at, so that we can leave legacies to our children, be more comfortable right here while we're here, and ways around some of the increasing prices that we experience both on the gas pumps, the food line, the going to the grocery store, the utilities, everything has gone up. And that's a way of, that's a part of our lives right now. But she's giving us tips and things and more information as you go to one of the workshops on how you can stretch those dollars and have those dollars to help you be more financially taken care of. So, Deborah, share with us some other things, please, for our listeners that we want to draw them to your workshop so that they can get more excited about um, becoming more financially educated.
Can you hear me, Michelle?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So another part of the platform is college coaching.
It's
A
called what
lot
now?
of us have been told over the years that if our parents made too much money, our children didn't qualify for certain grants and scholarships. Again, not knowing what we didn't know, because that's not true. When we fill out the FAFSA, there's something called includable and non-includable assets. Well, because a lot of times we don't even understand what that means, we just fill it out. But if we had only known, if we could reposition the includable assets over to the non-includable side, it opens up all the money, the grants, the scholarships, and everything else. So we have a platform where we begin to work with the student as early as second semester, eighth grade, because college is more than just paying for it. We see our children, we're so excited for them to go to college only to finish college with nothing but student loan debt. And they can't even find jobs. And it has to stop. So with our platform, the coaches are assigned to the student one on one. And all of the coaches have an average of over 20 years on the higher academia in the college area. And so there's certain things that will be required of the student. And their success rate is very high. The purpose is for them to pick the right school the first time. Because when our students start to transfer, how many of those credits transfer with them? Or they change their major. They saw something that looked really cool on TV or a movie, and they said, oh, I want to be that when I grow up. Now they enter their third year, and they realize they have to take math. And they're like, wait a minute, I don't do math. So now they change their major. Now that 4-year degree becomes a 6-year degree. Somebody has to pay for that. So the purpose of this program is for the student to pick the right major the first time, the right school the first time, in and out in 4 years with no student loan debt and gainful employment. So that's another part of our platform. Another part is Social Security. Most of us pay into it, but when is the right time to take it out? People don't even realize that Social Security is $1 million leg. We hear the rumors that Social Security is not going to be there. But the reality is Social Security invests in Treasury bills. And every single year, they make about $2.6 trillion just in interest alone. So we analyze for free so that people can optimize their benefits. And when people sit down with us, Michelle, we don't charge. Our services are free. So if people just want to come and get the information, it's up to them if they want to apply it. We hope they do. But if not, at least they're more knowledgeable and have a greater awareness when it comes to finance.
Well, that is wonderful, Deborah. So, for those of you who have college students or children going to college, grandchildren preparing for college, that is so important to start preparing them in the eighth grade, ninth grade. Don't wait until the 12th grade. I encourage students all the time. There's so many grants and scholarships and things available that people are not aware of. And I love that when I met you at a meeting not too long ago, you were sharing how even if some people don't think that they qualify, my children don't qualify for financial aid because I make too much money. Well, what Deborah has shared is they have ways to show you how your college student can qualify for money for money for college regardless of the parent's income. Is that correct, Deborah?
That is correct.
And then I also heard her say that right now there's $2.6 trillion debt for people. They don't want you to come out of college and still be in debt trying to pay back the loans. So they're offering free information, free training for you and your college student to assist you so that you don't have the financial woes once you go to college and on completion of college. Or maybe you want to further your education because you want to become a doctor or a lawyer or something that takes a little longer. They will show you, walk with you, and help you and give you information. So you need to be giving her a call at 915 309 4889 and sign up for these workshops. Get the information that you need. See how you can qualify for something. See how you can be more financially astute for you as well as your youth. Financial for you if for now, financial literacy for you now, financial literacy for you for your future, or even if you're in your senior years already, financial literacy is something that we have to continue to improve at no matter what age we are at. So Deborah, before we get ready to go, if there's anything quickly that you wanted to share with our listeners, anything else you want to share, but we definitely want people to go and sign up. Go to the website. You can see more information on my Facebook page, which is Michelle Turner White on Facebook, and you can see us and see the replay of this. Even all of our replays are available on YouTube as well. At typing in community updates at WJZZ Cool TV. So, Deborah, did you have anything else you wanted to share before we go off live today?
Well, what I'd like to say, Michelle, is first of all, thank you
Oh, thank
for the
you.
opportunity to be able to share our financial literacy platform. And we are here to teach people how to fish. It's time out for giving people a fish. Because not only do they continue to come back hungrier and hungrier, some of them have the nerve to come back ungrateful. And so we want to teach those who want to learn so that we can impact, we can inspire, and we can encourage us to do better so that we can help someone else. So this is about those who want it, who want to change their life, they're willing to show up to learn. We are here to help anybody. Doesn't matter your current situation. This platform is designed to give you vision and to give you hope. And I believe Helen Keller said it best. There's many people with sight, but they have no vision.
Mm.
And we are here to help those who want it to change their lives, one family at a time, starting with our own. Because the word tells us that charity starts at home and then spread abroad. So I thank you so much, Michelle, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Deborah, for being our guest tonight. You heard it right here on Community Updates WJZZ Cool TV. There are many people with sight, but they have no vision. Stated by Helen Keller and reiterated tonight by our guest, Ms. Deborah Ballou. So, this is free information for you if you want it. Get it. Get your knowledge increased. Go to the website. Give her a call. Tune in. Make sure that you. Community Updates is a program here to serve communities, to offer information to you. If you want to support Community Updates, you can cash at me at Michelle R Michelle R White. Michelle R White at dollar sign Michelle R White on Cash App. Support these things. Support the people, the information that we're giving out here because it is all for you. So we thank you for tuning in tonight to Community Updates right here on WJZZ Cool TV. Thank you again, Deborah, and you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Michelle.
Good night.